finally went to see Sinners, y'all. It is a random Monday afternoon, and I went to the movies alone to see Sinners. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But I only saw it one time, and obviously I know that I'm 3-4 weeks late to the party. But after leaving that movie, which by the way, I rated a 10 over 10, is definitely not overrated at all. But what I will say is I left that movie wanting to like double click into certain elements of the movie, right? Like I wanted to know more things about certain areas, which was funny too, because once I got into my car after I left the movie theater, I was ready to dig in and see what everybody was talking about with Sinners, right? Because I've been avoiding the internet and avoiding the spoilers. So one Reddit thread I came across was saying that there's rumors already that Ryan Coogler and his team are in talks to do a Sinners Part 2, whether that be a prequel or a sequel or certain episodes or a spinoff. I don't know. But I was thinking, wow, what will I have on my wish list for a Sinners Part 2? And that's what I want to talk to you all about today, right? But before I get into things, let me introduce myself. My name is Brandy, and I realize that you could be on any channel in the world right now, but you're right here with me, and I really do appreciate that. So before we get into things, make sure you like this video, and also subscribe to my channel if you do like watching TV show reviews and also movie reviews. Okay, so the first element of this movie that I think could be like, this could be its own sequel or spinoff, whatever, right? I want to see more of Stack and Mary's lives as vampires, right? We see in their last scene together that they go to talk to Sammy, right? And we see Stack, he's fresh to death, Coogee sweater, fade, Mary, she has her flipped up ponytail, her big hoops, right? It's 1992, right? And it looks like they've been living their best vampire lives. And I want to know more about that life, right? Like, I want to know, do they still turn other people into vampires? Do they have to feed off of blood? Do they have vampire babies? Like, what is their life looking like domestically? Where do they live? How did they even get to Chicago to go approach Sammy? Like, I have so many questions. So I would really love to double click in to Mary and Stack. All right, that's number one, right? Number two, I would really like to know more about Annie. Oh my God, like I left that movie theater thinking like Annie is a queen. Annie is a goddess. She is so interesting to me. Like I am enamored by her still. Like I wonder even if like a month or so, I'm still going to be thinking about Annie. But nonetheless, I want to know how she got into her hoodoo practices. I want to know about how she was raised. I want to know just how she became such an intentional, deliberate woman that she is. She was such a protector. She not only protected Smoke to the best of her ability, she was a protector of her whole community, right? I even want to know how their baby died too. Like I have so many questions, but nonetheless, to me, Annie, man, she was one of the MVPs of this movie. And I definitely want to know more about Annie. She deserves her own little spinoff or something because, woo, she killed it. All right, now the third thing I wanted to know more about, this might be kind of an unpopular opinion, but I want to know more about Remy, right? To me, like, he was a cool ass villain, right? Is that just me? Again, I only saw Sinners one time. I just came from the movies, but to me, I'm like, yo, like, I really think Remy thought he was trying to help them, right? I understand it was a symbolism, it was culture appropriation. He wanted Sammy's ability. He wanted the music, right? He wanted the blues. He wanted to be able to connect to his ancestors, but I don't think Remick meant any harm. I feel like he really thought he was saving them and bringing them into like the vampire eternal life, you know, so they wouldn't have to deal with the racism that they endured and all of the challenges that they were having, right? And it seems to me like he had his own story too. Obviously, he was Irish and he had the old coins, which seems like they were from hundreds of years ago. And he also mentioned something. I took some notes, but my notes is so raggedy, y'all. But he mentioned something about that he was around before Christianity, like before they took over his land, which leads me to think this was like 1,000 years ago or something. Besides all of that, besides the timeline that I know I'm messing up right now, Remick was so magnetic to me. He was funny. He was all of the things that a good villain should be. And the question is, was he really the villain or did he really think he was helping those people? Another element of this movie that I wanted to see more of was the Native Americans, right? We see the Native American vampire hunters. They're chasing Remick, right? Remick ends up at Bert and Jones's house, the racist white couple, right? And they let him in, and this man is tore up. He's nearly on fire. He's bruised up. He's looking crazy, but he offers them some coin, and they let him in the house, right? So the vampire hunters come and they're talking to the lady of the house, Joan, like, yo, you're in danger. You know, he shouldn't be in there. You're in a lot of danger. But then they just ride off on their horses, right? They mention something about, hey, it's about to get dark. So they ride off because they know things are about to go down. It's about to pop off, right? But I was expecting to see more of the Native Americans. Like, where did they go? Why were they hunting Remick in the first place? Like, I feel like it's a lot of backstory and a lot to dig in on that element specifically. And the fifth thing that I wanted to know more about was Stack and Smoke's childhood, right? We learned that the mother, she died during childbirth apparently, and we know that Smoke ended up killing the father at some point in time, but we don't know a lot about their childhood, right? We also know that Mary's mom raised them. But I would love to see a whole, like a sequel, prequel or something on that, right? How they were raised. And they would have been raised like in the 1920s, early 1900s by like a mixed woman. Like, I think that's a very interesting element. So essentially, Mary and Stack, although, you know, their love interest in this movie, they almost grew up like brothers and sisters, right? So I would love to just see more of that element, more of the twins' childhood, more of Mary's childhood. I think that could be its own separate movie. But I know that Ryan Coogler was very intentional with everything that he did in this movie. So I'm definitely not saying that, you know, it's a missed opportunity or anything like that. I mean, damn, the movie was already 2 hours and 17 minutes. How much more could he do, right? And one last thing, if Sinners does get a part 2, I would like for it not to be so heavily marketed as a horror movie. Let me tell you, for those of you who have not seen Sinners, this was not scary at all. Like, fright level, like say the scariest movie could be as a level 10. I really give this movie like a level 1, right? I didn't see this movie for a full 3-4 weeks because I was scared to go see it. Right? I went to see it by myself today because my husband and I didn't have a babysitter and I really wanted to see it, right? But it's only because, again, I was trying to stay away from stuff online, but I heard a few whispers that it wasn't that scary. So I'm like, let me just take my scary tale self here and just try to see this movie during the daytime. It's daytime right now, so I wouldn't dare go see it at night. But I do think when they do a sequel, if they do a sequel, I don't know, but definitely, like, I feel like horror is such an audience limiting like genre. A lot of people don't want to go see horror movies. And not only that, but like, you don't see a lot of horror movies get a lot of Oscars either, right? So, you know, I just want them to win. I want Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, and them to win. No, I will say though, now just saying that out loud, I do know that Get Out got an Oscar. Jordan Peele got an Oscar, and I think that was labeled as horror movie as well, but that's not likely. Like, you don't see a lot of horror movies, you know, getting recognized by the Academy, right? And nonetheless, just a lot of people, you know, just are deep into their religion, deep into their Christianity, whatever religion, and they didn't want to see this movie because of the title either, you know? So I think that it was like a lot of money left on the table, right? Because this movie is so good. It's a 10 over 10, and it deserves even more eyeballs on it. It was that good. It was such a unique film. But nonetheless, guys, if you made it this far in the movie, thank you. In the movie, if you made it this far in a video, right? Thank you so much for staying to the end, right? I love you all. And again, be sure to like this video. Let the YouTube algorithm know that I'm doing a good job. And also subscribe to the channel if you do like watching TV show reviews and also movie reviews. And let me know. Don't be shy to comment down below, right? I know this is a small channel. It's a new channel though, right? This channel is going to blow up, y'all. So you want to get in here while it's free, because I'm going to change the price next year. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.